Okay, so welcome back once again to the Brian Haldane Show. Mornings with Brian Haldane without Brian Haldane. Haggai Davis and Haggai Davis III sitting in. And this morning we're going to be joined by a couple of guys that I've known for quite some time. They were part of the original Austin 6 guys. They and now we're trying to bring A6 back to life. And Baton Rouge really needs anything. So we're going to have these guys on. We got Michael Trufant and Mike Polito. Guys, welcome to Talk 107.3.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So you guys want to give a little bit of history as to where A6 started and what all we've done up to this point, and then in the subsequent segments we'll talk about where it's going. Mr. Trufant, why don't you go?
Well, good morning, Haggai, and thanks for having us on. You know, you were saying that A6 is trying to come back, and we're not trying. We're focused, and we're coming back.
See, that's why he's a professional.
So that's part of the A6 attitude. Let me give you just a really quick story, is that, you know, today, and as we look at Baton Rouge, as we talk about A6, you know, people are concerned. I mean, the world is kind of an interesting place these days, and people are frustrated, and people are wanting the best, but unless you really sort of jump in with both feet into politics or jumping in or just trying to get noise out there, you're not going to be effective. And people want to participate, but they don't know how. And so some 16 years ago, A6, Austin 6, got together with a model that said, let's train volunteer project leaders and as a group get people together, as we call them, interested peers, and have discussions about topics of interest. And back then it was term limits for boards and commissions and blue laws, of which you know well about, and education and libraries. And 16 years ago, A6 made some very significant differences. I mean, today boards and commissions in East Baton Rouge look different than they have looked dramatically different and act dramatically different because there is now they're term limited in their service and what they can do. So what A6 brings forward or brought forward some 16 years ago was a model where ordinary citizens could participate in a discussion that has a format of sort of Stephen Covey's Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. And then they came to a conclusion after researching for 4 to 6 weeks and came to a recommendation that we believe as honest brokers worked. And we think that model works. We think the principles are right. We think the model's right. And so sort of A6 rides again. Austin 6, A6 brings back the model that says, how do ordinary citizens participate either as a participant on an issue or as a volunteer project leader, where we give a very easy platform and we train people and say, here's how you can pick up almost any issue and move it forward to an honest broker recommendation that the community supports. And then the second piece is really unlike most, is that A6, Austin 6, we're unafraid of any issue. We believe we handle it in a very principled way. We believe we're very open and transparent. We involve everyone. There is no exclusion for A6. And once we take a position, we name it. We're not afraid. We're not, regardless of the recommendation, no matter, as my good friend Mike Polito will say, politics, parochialism, or incumbency, A6 is unafraid to step into an issue. So again, I come back to the citizen level. Citizens can participate in A6, and they can participate in change, in no politics, no money discussions, and come to a recommendation that we have seen historically make significant changes in Baton Rouge. So A6 is looking to do that again. We're older, the group that originally did 16 years ago, and it's time for newer, fresher voices. But we have the model. So our role really is to bring this model back up, to encourage people to participate and jump in and pick up the baton just a little bit to participate in a project or to participate as a volunteer project leader, which is a really exciting piece.
Okay, so
and hopefully
Mike,
come in and make
Mike,
change.
Not to cut you off here, but we do need to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about going forward in some of the great things that are happening. You're listening to Talk 107.3 FM. Okay, everybody. Welcome back once again to Mornings with Brian Haldane without Brian Haldane, Haggai Davis II, along with Haggai Davis III. And we have with us two of the guys from A6, the original two of the six from A6, or Austin 6. We have Michael Trufant on the phone with us and Mike Polito. Mike, tell us a little bit about how things are going forward.
Well, right now we're just trying to get people back engaged and get them involved, make them aware. There's a lot of folks that don't recall what A6 and Austin 6 did back in the day, and so it's a new day. We're out looking. We really need to recruit young talent. We're really pleased with the initial engagement over the past week. Folks are signing up. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, A6 Austin 6. Make sure you check out our website, a6batonrouge.org. But, the real thing is to get engaged, figure out what you want to accomplish, and then we'll try and help you accomplish it. That's really what it's all about, is project-based. Somebody came up with an idea the other night that we would try to recruit people to, there's a city council race coming up. So what better place than to engage folks, try to find new blood, new people that might want to run for the council. So there's a group of people that are out just asking people if they want to get engaged as a council member. So the reality is what we're trying to do is get new blood, new membership, young people. And what I would encourage anybody that's listening to understand, you don't have to be from a certain neighborhood. You don't have to belong to a country club. You don't have to have money. You just have to have a desire and a want to get something accomplished in Baton Rouge. We cannot continue to just rely on our politicians, and it's not really their job anyway. They have a limited role, and the citizens and the people of Baton Rouge need to get involved. And if we do that, we're going to do some great things.
Absolutely. And, anybody can get involved in A6 if you get the spur in the saddle and something has just ticked you off and you feel like there needs to be some change. It happened to me. I got really upset one day on Sunday afternoon. I went to buy a bottle of wine and some steaks for some friends coming over, and was reminded we can't do that in Baton Rouge when I was at the register. And then we put together a project, and now you can buy alcohol on a Sunday because of Austin 6 working with Darrell Orso and the Metro Council. And it's, it wasn't easy. It was fun. And that's the spirit of how Austin 6 gets together. A bunch of people who said, we want term limits on boards and commissions. And we went after it. And so it can be any kind of an idea like that. And Michael, how can people who want to learn more, what's going to happen? What do we need? What are we doing?
Well, the basis of everything is called VPLs, or project leaders. And what we're really doing is we're looking for people who want to lead projects. And the project could be paving a sidewalk on a municipal street. It could be to improve drainage somewhere. It could be to change an ordinance. It could be to look at anything, the new bicycle law. What we're really looking to do now is to have people who want to step in and say, I'll be a volunteer project leader. It's about a 90-minute training, and all it does is talk about how we go about it. And we'll train people, anybody, whether you ever lead a project or not, we'll train you. The next training is tomorrow night at 6 p.m., and you can go to a6batonrouge.org and sign up. But come out and try it, and once you get involved and once you see the people and once you see the camaraderie and the desire for good, people really enjoy it. Haggai, you were there. You were a VPL, and you're right. It was hard, but it was really enjoyable because it's a group of interested peers whose only agenda is to improve Baton Rouge.
Okay, so good morning again. Haggai Davis II, along with Haggai Davis III. We're talking A6 this morning, a6batonrouge.org. Mr. Polito, tell us a little bit about how people can get involved.
Well, it's really pretty simple. It's probably the simplest thing you'll ever do as far as getting involved is you just need to go to the website, a6batonrouge.org, browse around. You're going to be able to see, a little bit about our disciplines and what are the things that make us unique. The fact that we call BS when we see it. We don't have any hidden agendas. Somebody comes to the room with a hidden agenda, we let them know that they're not welcome. So the biggest thing is to go to the website. Once you get to the website, find the VPL training web part of the web, sign up, and get to be a VPL. This is where it all starts. Once you become a volunteer project leader, then you understand how to get things done, and that's what we're all about, is accomplishing a goal, a project. It's all project-based. Some of the projects you guys have mentioned that we've been successful on, but it starts with becoming a volunteer project leader. Tuesday night is the first session. We'll be doing these periodically, but you need to get on board, and the key is to go to the website and sign up. You have to register, look around. You don't have to be a project leader, but ultimately that's the place to get started.
Absolutely. If you're not into being the VPL, the volunteer project leader, getting involved in a project, it's a lot of fun. It's worth it. It's our community. This is what we do here. We want to make this a better place for everybody, and that's what A6 wants to do, is to fix what is broken and make things better.
And what will happen is, we're going to do our first VPL training. And whether you ever lead a project or not, come do sit in the training and get it to be a VPL, whether you get perspective and you understand what's going on. But we're not going to have moss growing under our feet. We'll do VPL training this week, and then we'll have people begin to select a project. A6 works when there's an issue and there's a project leader. And when those two match up and it's a good thing to do, we cut it out and we roll. So you're going to see things start to happen next week. Projects are already being discussed. We just need to get the VPLs trained up starting tomorrow night, no matter who you are, and we'll start rolling. And A6 will begin to take positions.
And this training is virtual training. There's not, so you don't worry about social distancing or physical distancing, because
it'll be on Zoom. It'll be a Zoom. It'll last an hour to an hour and a half. It's not hard. It's not complex. It really is just everybody getting to know each other and talking about, what our principles are. And it's really about being honest brokers and doing the right thing.
And it's a lot of fun. And you'll get involved and you get to meet some people that you may not have, had a chance to run into before, because like-minded people who get interested in a project really want to attack things. And all of a sudden you find people that you may not have known or had a chance to run into are all of a sudden allies. And it's a lot of fun when you bring in somebody new who wants to take on a project and fix it with you. I love the whole A6 project.
And what I love about it is there's no money. We're not an organization. We're not a 501c3. There is no organization. We are a group of interested peers. There is no politics, no money. We don't go into any issue with an agenda up front. And if you bring one, you're going to get called out. But as Michael said, it's about just good people, ordinary citizens getting together and talking about change. And ultimately, A6, brings some cover to get things taken care of. We will name it, because whatever the group brings up, that's where it happens. So being a VPL really is a cool way to do that. Again,
we've said it multiple times, it's a lot of fun, but it's also fascinating when you see people in the way that they take on a whole new dynamic when they're involved in these projects, and you can see the wheels turning and the way, the feet paddling underneath the water line. You don't really see that a lot of times, but when you get involved in these projects and you see the effort that people push into making change, real change in our community, A6 is a great organization, folks. Log in, come to the website, get involved, come check out the VPL session tomorrow evening.
It'll be, it's fascinating. You're right. It's fascinating to watch. And I challenge you, and it's A6, we love it if you just want to watch. We'd love to have the connection, because when people watch, they see how easy it is and how safe it is to participate in making a better community.
Bottom line is, it's an opportunity to get off the sidelines. It's time to, we do a lot of complaining. I see it all the time. It's the opportunity to get involved and to make a difference in Baton Rouge.
It really is. And it can be anything as simple as, like Michael said, just need a new sidewalk right here, or something as big as term limits on boards and commissions. It's what's got you riled up and you think needs to be changed. This is a great opportunity. Get involved, get plugged in, come make a change with us.
What was the website again?
A6 BatonRouge.org. And we'll be back here after a quick break.